The deck is Renethal Ramp Druid. I am a hero power Druid. I believe every Druid basically should be running this package, because it's just an endgame win condition at the cost of 6 cards, and there are also early game curve minions that can help you there a little bit. For 6 cards, you get a hero power that essentially reads play shield block, draw fireball, cast fireball, which is insane. Of course, you do need to get to that point in the game, and Druid is struggling with stabilization at the minute. They've lost most of their key cards defensively, which is why I'm running Prince Renethal, and the 9 cards I added to the deck when I was like, wow, I'm going to be dead to aggro, and I don't have room to put in the anti-aggro cards I want. The 9 new cards I added were Pounce, Armor Vendor, Dirty Rat, Lunar Eclipse, and a 1-of Wrath. In addition, you'll see that our late game really is entirely defensive, with Miracle Grow summoning a taunt, a Nubricon and Underking giving armor, Zoc Fox and out summoning taunts. Our plan really is just to stay alive, and additionally, all this stuff that we're doing in the end game helps to charge up our Timber Tambourines, because another plan we have is to throw out board spam after board spam and exhaust our opponent's removal tools, keep them busy while we're beating them to death and grinding out the game with the hero power. Alright, first game we're up against Paladin. I feel like this should be a favorite matchup. I don't think Paladin has the early game to get under this, or the late game to exhaust it once it gets going. Is Spread the Word ever worth holding? Probably not. You just hard mulligan for better early game and for ramp. We have the Rhythm and Roots on 4. Summer Flower Child on 5 is really good, even if I'm missing my ramp. I'd rather not miss my ramp, obviously, but it's always nice. Leave Free Spirit before Armor Vendor, no reason not to. It also keeps a little bit more information hidden. Like, our opponent should know that we're completely a control deck, but once Armor Vendor goes down, they'll know that we're 110% invested into being the control deck. Here I have no reason not to hero power in trade. That was already the case. It's time to get blown out by Spotlight, and there's literally nothing I can do to stop it. Hey, that's not Spotlight. So we trade hero power again, Armor Vendor. We could Renethal. I don't want to Renethal. Trade first to get more armor. Next turn we drop Rhythm and Roots. The turn after that, Summer Flower Child, and then on turn 6 we're gonna have a lot to figure out. We'll be drawing a lot of cards between here and then. 5 to be specific. A buffed Night of the Dead is definitely a little bit on the spooky side. Anyway, in 2 turns I'll do something about it, but for now I'm not doing shit. I may as well make that trade to try to kill it over the next 2 turns. If he spends 6 damage preventing that, or anything from hand preventing that, that's fine by me. Except for Muster for Battle, but Muster for Battle is not especially efficient this turn. Definitely some scary cards coming down. But I think we're fine. We don't really feel fine. The Summer Flower Child's about to get eaten for free. Nothing I can do about it, like, you still make the play. We have an Underking discounted and Zoc Fox now discounted. No Nubricon to combo out anything anytime soon, though. The issue here is, like, Hand of a Doll on the Jitterbug blows me out. Funk Fin blows me out. That doesn't. That does not really do anything. It's a big minion, and it's scary.
Reporting for duty.
I think on this turn, I'm just going to play the Underking to kill his 4/3. I think that's just good enough. Lower the threat on the board, make sure I'm at a stable health value and not getting pressured into make bad plays later. It's just using all my mana, dealing with threats efficiently. The 5/3 Divine Shield against my 5/5s is obviously unpleasant, but what are you going to do about it? Man, this radar sweep is going to suck, isn't it?
My client has the heart of a Kyrian.
Alright, we pretty much already knew it was going to be pure, but that does confirm it. Now, these 5/3 Divine Shields are just so upsetting against my board, aren't they? Second Summer Flower Child is guaranteed to hit a Nubricon and Underking, which is a pretty big swing turn. I can't trigger its finale effect this turn. I can hero power down the 6/1 to get its finale effect, and that's probably the best thing I can be doing right now. So let's do it. In this sense, we set up some downright disgusting taunts with a Nubricon into Underking into Zoc. I would like them to have more than one attack, but we're not really there yet. Alright, basic trades. All he's doing this turn is playing an Argent Protector, then I'm actually doing great. That was tremendously weaker than anything else you might have expected. Right now, am I looking at Miracle Grow seriously? Is that way too slow? Probably, right? Let's Aquatic form and see what it hits. Timber Tambourine. That seems very worth playing. What do I play with it? I ramp. Yeah, that's fine. Going to play Widowbloom Seedsman. Going to play this. I'm going to Innervate out my Peaceful Piper and draw a beast. I'm going to kill his 3/2. So after this, we have the big Zot turn that I was talking about, and then we can fill up a huge 5/5 board after he grinds through those taunts, which is pretty efficient. You hard run Tyrion, my man. People stop net decking for a week and suddenly Tyrion's just in the decks. That's actually acceptable. I can live with that. So it is Zoc, Underking, and a noob. I have 3 mana left. I basically have to make that play this turn. I don't think I have the option to do anything else. So hero powering isn't great, but I would really like to wait and get these guys up to 4 attack at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can play Groovy Cat Miracle Growth. And this is obviously not super efficient.
Death finds a way.
I'm not worried about my own health total too much here, because I have this huge wall of taunts coming down. I've also got another Underking in that huge wall of taunts. Why is a Noyotrip in the deck? Have you secretly been a control deck? Alright, so I trade this in. Hero Power, a Nubricon. So a Nubricon, Underking, is Ziliax getting played. I have enough mana to play the Ziliax and the Zoc. Yeah, Ziliax getting played. Nothing to magnetize onto, but he's still going. And we get 6/18 taunts. And I'll just hold on to my refill of the board here. I can play Spread the Word. Apparently I've drawn that. Was not on my mind at all. I'll Innervate out a Lunar Eclipse here, and then draw 1 with this to make sure that shield doesn't get any value. And I can't attack because attacking wastes how many 5/5s? 6 5/5s. An entire board of 5/5s is on the back of this. I swear to God, if a Quality Consecrate goes down, like he's running Tyrion and Noyotroop hard in the deck. He might run a Quality Consecrate. He does not, though.
Need a bit more spice over here.
I suspect my opponent is not going to do well. Yeah. I don't know what the play there was that saved him. If it wasn't a Quality Consecrate, it certainly wasn't that.
You are mighty.
He's just very much dead. Alright, good job, Zoc. The first game you were in, you are the reason I won. That's pretty solid. I'm definitely feeling like all the Renethal anti-aggro tools I put in the deck are the reason I won that matchup, by the way. I feel like with less health and less cards like Lunar Eclipse, I just get run over there.
Will serve me in
3 Spirit stays. Armor Bender does not need to be here opening hands. Does even Free Spirit stay? Surely you don't mulligan all your 1-drops away. I was thinking, like, maybe I just hard mulligan for these guys, the ramp. Because it's just so important to the idea of actually winning the game.
I see you've brought guests.
He does not have his own Renethal. That is a lot of ramp. So we're pretty much confirmed against Unholy or Frost. I think against Frost, I'm favored. I think against Unholy, I have no idea. I just don't know how good Unholy board looks this turn, or how good Unholy boards look these days, rather. Well, gonna be gaining a lot of armor. Hopefully that's relevant to winning. Just like Hero Power 1, trade with the other is fine for him. It summons the taunt minion, it kills one of my guys. It sets up the other guy to die into the taunt minion. He's probably doing better than that, considering he coined a 2-drop, which, by the way, was just Riverfin Crocolisk. Yeah, this is just oh. My respect for my opponent is diminishing greatly. Innervate, Widow Bloom. Do I Rhythm and Roots first or do I Nourish first? Right now, I don't feel too threatened on board. I feel like I can get away with either. At Nourish, I go to 7 mana and then I Hero Power, and on turn 8, I Widow Bloom, Rhythm and Roots. That seems good.
And close enough.
All right, we've got an Arms Dealer. That's not particularly important. Plague Strike, not particularly important. Hey, finally killed the other one. Good job. Perfect. Lunar Eclipse. Good job being here. Now, I probably have to snipe this guy, even though it means my hero power is not doing shit, because it's just going to keep summoning minions. Arms Dealer is also a perfectly reasonable target. I can also justify just trading for both of these.
Intriguing.
This is actually a really interesting board. You can argue for shooting everything except the 3-1. I think I have to kill this. It represents a lot of damage. No, it's got to be the 2-2. Otherwise, I'm just getting more boards. And then we gain 2 mana crystals, so we just armor up with it. 2 damage is not a meaningful multiple against that taunt, so I'm gonna just sit on that, not waste it, not hit myself. 5 armor is pretty good against an aggro deck, but also, I don't like hemorrhaging 6 damage a turn.
Need our care.
Yeah, that's not great.
Never.
That's really not great. Feeling like I could just be dead here. This will draw nature spells, which can impact the board. They didn't, but they could have.
We all
I think this is much better than Rhythm and Roots. I don't have time for Rhythm and Roots at the minute. I still don't see that winning the game for me. Feeling like Unholy is a very bad matchup, especially the slightly slower version that somehow found room for Ghost Riders. Oh no. That's real bad. I don't see myself winning this game, like, even a little bit. He has so much active buffing going on, I just can't deal with it. And this is like the full anti-aggro list, too, where I put in everything I can with Renethal. And it's not like the endgame's cuttable. I run 6 cards above 5. This is a very, very anti-aggro deck. I'm just getting run over by Unholy. That seems like maybe Druid is just not viable. Even if this is just a bad matchup, Unholy is a meta deck. If you have a bad matchup against the meta anti-aggro deck, or sorry, if you have a bad matchup against the meta aggro deck, and you are an anti-aggro deck, like you've built your deck for this matchup, that does not bode well. Underking Rhythm and Roots here is fine. It's not incredible, it's fine. And it's definitely what we're doing. Give me some 5/5s in a few turns. I mean, Underking now. Deal with this guy. Underking definitely helps me feel a little bit less dead here, but man, when I play Miracle Growth and get a tiny little taunt out of it, it's not gonna feel good. Also, I'm getting hit for like 11 on board, even though he only has 2 1-drops and a like low tempo 5-drop, because these buffs are just out of control. I don't even think this Unholy Death Knight had a particularly strong draw, right? Like he coined a 2-drop into hero power. It was just not particularly good. I just can't really consistently answer cards at all. Yeah, that just kills immediately. Like that's just all he needs to deal with it.
Reach for the skies.
God, it's so gross. And there's nothing my deck can do to come back from this. I'm just dead. Well, we Miracle Growth. That has to happen. Our hero power plus Rake only gets us to 3. So we can't even play these Spread the Words this turn. I don't think I can afford to not play these Spread the Words. So instead, I'm not gonna Rake this turn. And that's terrible. Like, it's god awful. But if I just have 2 full call Spread the Words in hand next turn, I'm going to lose. For me to win, I need to get those to be played for 1 mana each next turn. I haven't drawn any Groovy Cats. This is the original reason I didn't want to run a Renethal version of this list, by the way, is if you're running Renethal, it takes you much longer to consistently draw your tools like Groovy Cats. And sure, I crammed 9 anti-aggro cards in the deck. I've drawn an Armor Vendor and a Lunar Eclipse. In the top 17, I've drawn 2 of those cards, and as a result, Renethal hasn't mattered, because if Renethal is making your deck better at something, he also makes your deck less consistent, and your previous deck was already bad at it, so you're not going to be very consistently good against aggro by adding these tools, are you? I think I'm going to leave this game up for educational purposes. If I win, it'll be very different educational purposes, but for me, this is the conclusive proof I need that I'm not interested in playing Renethal Druid or any other variant of Druid. It's just so bad versus aggro. And I know Unholy is probably one of the best aggro decks in the format. Like, I know that. I'm not convinced that Ghost Rider is in the best version of the deck. Ghost Rider is a really cool card, but it seems very slow for Unholy. Did you rope before hitting me? Because that would be really good. All right. Oh, Timber Tambourine. This hero power. Rake that. I'm actually not worried about the 7-5. I'm worried about his board getting consistently bigger with these buffs. Before I do anything else, I should spread the word. All right, second Rake is very good. Now I can kill the 7-5 too and not worry about it. After that, it's gonna be Groovy Cat probably. There's only 1 hit left for a Peaceful Piper in the deck, so maybe Peaceful Piper instead is better, but nope, I don't believe that at all.
Break it, you buy it.
So do I win? Like, him roping and not beating me to death is really beneficial. Drawing the second Rake there is pretty good. My 5-5s have actually shown up. I forgot they were on their way because I thought I was going to be dead before they got here.
Who here can spell?
I can't believe I'm winning this.
Anybody?
For all of my doubts, I mean, your opponent missing like 15 damage when you're... I am above 30 still. That's worth noting. He did miss like 15 damage. And the fact that his deck seems suboptimal to me and that play is, like, if you see your opponent misplay, then they're messing up a lot, probably, because you only get to see the tip of the iceberg of their gameplay. I can still lose to, like, the Scourge off of that Ghost Rider, right? And he's still got big boards coming. I don't feel as endangered as I did a second ago, though. Do you have a good trade for this 2-1? Alongside the 1-2, it can go into... the 2-3, I guess. Alright, the 3-3's definitely a low priority. This thing's generating taunts. I'm probably using Hero Power and Zoc this turn, which means I want my Hero Power to do more. If I wait a turn to do this, I can have a bigger Zoc, but I don't think that's reasonable. It's Pounce, Hero Power, which means that I'm able to kill something bigger than 3 health. Yeah, that was stupid. I don't know why I'm doing it like this. Pounce, Hero Power, draw a beast here. Yeah, I don't know why I sent those in here, because, like, I'm still sending my 5-5 into something. And then Zoc comes down and summons 2 8/6 taunts. And we have a refill after this of 2 more 5-5s. And I think that's what you call stabilizing and winning. Huh. I still have serious doubts about this. This is right on the edge, apparently, of being remotely viable. It won with a bad start of the matchup against Unholy. I know my opponent's deck is probably suboptimal if he's roping out and building his own decks, right? Like, if you're roping out, that implies you're making a lot. That's harsh. That's really harsh. But let's be real. If you can see your opponent making misplays, you don't see most of the plays they're making. They're probably making many more than what you've witnessed. And I think the case is here. I think against a better Unholy deck piloted better, I might have died, but I have so much health left. I turned the corner really convincingly once I got to that point in the game. Let's draw 3 cards here. Pounce, Aquatic Form, Groovy Cats, Dirty Rats, Miracle Growths. Should have Aquatic Formed first, really. If a Nupricon or Ziliax are on the bottom, or sorry, or Under King, I can't get them, I can grab anything else. but I would rather get those cards specifically. Zock's gonna go here. No, the taunt's going to go here. 3 damage here. Those both had 1 attack. Man, my eyes just glossed over. I was like, oh. Okay. Still, we can deal with this. Largely get our board down to a small number again. Get some more Ancients out. I'll throw on Groovy Cat and Hero Power. And we should just win from here, even through a Discovered Scourge, right? Unless he high rolls the hell out of me. And he'll still be missing a card thanks to the egg. Second Asphyxiate is annoying, but not a particularly big problem. Tomb Guardians is not an issue at all. Yeah, it does slow down my ability to kill him, but like, what's he gonna draw to grind out the game? Marogar, specifically Marogar, that's how he wins. So right now, the next turn is gonna be Aquatic Form, Miracle Growth, Pounce. Marogar's an undead. Is there merit to playing Dirty Rat just to make sure he didn't discover a Marogar? Probably. Like, that is the only way I lose, so... There are also, like, other minions that can just be large and make things worse for me, and if I'm Dirty Ratting, I'm not Hero Powering. So I'm not gonna play around that fear. Everything that hits for 2, it doesn't matter where it goes. So we just do this first and forget to Aquatic Form again, because I was thinking about other stuff, and I'm just bad at the game, apparently. There are no minions left to discover, just Hero Power. Take our trades here. And threaten lethal next turn. I can't believe I win this. Actually in disbelief. Apparently my opponent is too. Like, he's been trying to discover his way out of this. Huh. Good job, Druid. I legitimately had already given up on you. That's why you don't leave games once you think you've lost. You can be wrong. Alright, we're up against a mage. As always, I'm afraid it's some variant of Amalgam X, but if it's anything else, I'm beginning to think that all the other variants of mage are not that good. Light Show's just way too slow. DJ Mana Storm OTK is a 10 mana combo or a Bone Lord combo. Either way, it's horrifying. I genuinely think that against mage, unless it's a very aggressive mech mage like the list I ran on the first day of the expansion, I'm probably fine. Now, when do you Aquatic Form? It's on turn 5, probably, right? Definitely not on turn 1. On turn 5, there are only a few hits where it fails. Widow Bloom is great. It does create that noted anti-synergy weird problem where it's like, if you play Widow Bloom, you might just ramp into other stuff and not have time to play Timber Tambourine for a long time, and then by the time, as we saw in the previous game, you have like Timber Tambourine, but you're getting a big board at the exact same time, and you can't use the last charge. It can get awkward. Hero Power and Pass is what we love to see. Except when it's us. We don't love seeing it on our side. Just a good old-fashioned classic control mirror. Alright, Nightcloak Sanctum coming down. He finally has a plan. And so do I, it turns out. We definitely ramp first. There's no argument not to do it. At this rate, our next turn will definitely be Timber Tambourine. And just Hero Power, probably. Oh no, we can Aquatic Form now. We're up to 6 mana. If we wait until 7, our hits get better, but I mean, we probably don't want to pick Underking or Zoc off the bottom anyway, because we'd rather draw those off Summer Flower Children. Definitely a control deck looking at that. We're gonna Aquatic Form here. We don't want any of our more expensive stuff anyway. Summer Flower Child. I'm just gonna play the Tambourine. And kill this 1/2. Do I want to play Armor Vendor? Next turn, it's Hero Power or Lunar Eclipse. We don't need it. Next turn might be Innervate, Lunar Eclipse, Miracle Growth. There's gonna be a while before Armor Vendor matters in this hand, so it's fine going out. I could have kept it to make my Miracle Growth marginally bigger, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go up to 7, down to 6, down to 5, up to 8. Yeah, keeping it wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world. All right, I was so confused. In my head, Widow Bloom Seedsman was already dead, and I had to stop and think about what just happened. Innervate, Lunar Eclipse, Miracle Growth, or Hero Power, Summer Flower Child. I'm gonna go with Summer Flower Child.
We all exist in harmony.
Draw this out of my deck before I randomly hit it with Miracle Growth. Should have done that in the other order. I didn't get punished because there's no justice in this world, but like, definitely could have done that in a better order. At the minute, we're looking at 2 5/5s. We're gonna get several more. I think this turn we Lunar Eclipse Miracle Growth, and there's a good chance that that's just enough. Next turn, we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. We're gonna play 2 in Lunar Eclipse Miracle Growth and go back up to 10. And we can like Innervate Rake if we need to get a card out of our hand to avoid burning, which we probably will. It's probably better to Innervate Armor Smith, honestly. Volume Up is a very, very scary card. Like I have said that Light Show Mage is not a real deck, but it's not because of this matchup. It's because the deck is bad against aggro. If I just create a huge board here, though, Light Show stops being a viable play. I am on board with this, though. Lunar Eclipse, Miracle Growth. And what do we get? We get an Underking, a Wrath, and another Lunar Eclipse. We're currently looking at 3 Ancients, that's plenty. But I need something out of my hand, so it's gonna be this Armor Vendor. And I'd rather it get hit than my other stuff. In this case, I actually did need to play this first, because if I attack first, I wouldn't get the 5/5. We have a huge refill after this where we just play a Nubricon, Underking, Underking. That's fine. You're stalling. I assume you duplicated Blizzard off Volume Up as well, but this doesn't actually matter. Play this. I have plans for the near future, so I'm actually going to take in 4 turns. In 2 turns, I don't think there'll be anything I need to protect. That's the only reason ever not to take the 5/5s in 2 turns, by the way, is if you think in 2 turns, you're going to have a board still. That's the only reason the in 4 turns version even is useful, but it is a very important use. Anyway, actually, that Blizzard was not off of Volume Up. Thanks, Deck Tracker, for giving me information that I would have if I were good at the game. So I don't know that he does have a duplicated Blizzard. Still have a 10-3 on the board, but he almost certainly has an answer to that. A noob into Underking Underking is decidedly worse if he doesn't have minions. I would kind of like to hold them for another Timber Tambourine if I can. In terms of draw, I'm always drawing with this. And I'd rather do that than exhaust my resources here. Spread the word, huh? So for Zoc, I'm currently at 3-1, which isn't great. We can Hero Power, Lunar Eclipse. And then that lets us play both Spread the Words, but we don't have the card space for it. But we definitely Hero Power this turn. We definitely do this. Just so we need to get it out of our hands. And now the question is, do we Spread the Word? We can Rake to get a card out of our hand if we don't draw a Peaceful Spirit. Yeah, I'll do that just to not burn a card. Oh, did I not attack? Whoops. You know, the rope comes down and you play badly sometimes. I'm probably making a lot of misplays if I just got roped and forgot to hit him. We still don't know if he's Mana Storm OTK or not. I think he probably is a Mana Storm Pyroblast deck. Just because if he weren't a Mana Storm Pyroblast deck, we'd probably have seen a Light Show by now. Duplicating this doesn't really lean either direction, to be honest. Groovy Cat, Hero Power, Timber Tambourine, Wrath. In which case we want to play it in this order. And I don't want to duplicate his cards for him. We play Spread the Word here as well. We have the room for the cycle. Free Spirit's finally showing up. It might be a little bit too late, though. And the reason it might be a little bit too late is because we want to be gaining armor the whole time. We would like to be comfortably over 50. Or comfortably over 40, rather, if he's a Pyroblast deck, which we are nowhere near at the minute.
Processing.
So audio splitters are... Yep, it's the Mana Storm version. You know, silence would be pretty good against that. I shouldn't be dead this turn. Oh, I'm dead this turn, actually, if he has Mana Storm in hand. Which he definitely does since he played it. Is Rake enemy minions only? No. But I can't kill both of my minions. God, I wish I had a silence here. I'm just dead. It's very sad. The hope here is that he can't get through my 1x taunts. Ah, shit, they're 3x just because of the Timber Tambourine. That's unfortunate. There's no reason not to do this, then. I'll just be dead. The reason that doesn't matter, I'm not dead this turn if I don't kill it. It's because this gives him Mana Storm. I was trying to avoid these being able to die in the first place to prevent Mana Storm from killing me. I just tilted when I saw they were 321s I shouldn't have traded. How do I not have armor right now if these have Battlecry and Death Rattle gain 6 armor? What happened? Because I attacked his face, and then Underking died, and now I don't have armor. What's happening here? How do I not have armor right now? I'm so confused. Also, why did you play Bone Lord if you don't have mana burn? I'm so confused. I was supposed to be dead. Because if he had Mana Storm, he plays it for 0 mana. He has 3 Pyroblasts then, because he's duplicating 2 Pyroblasts with this. So he must not have Mana Storm in hand, and he played Bone Lord anyway, because I was dead if he had Mana Storm. This might just be extended BM. I don't know. I'm very confused as to why I'm not... I should just be dead here, and it's weird that I'm not. Like, it doesn't really matter what I do here. I was looking at raking my own guys. Am I bugged? How much armor do I have? I can't see my own armor. I might be safe. That might be why I'm not dead. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna Alt F4 after I hit end turn. It's very important how much armor I have. I'm raking this. I'm just gonna Alt F4 now. I had 14 armor. So I'm almost to 40. That's why he didn't kill me last turn. Jesus Christ. So I was just thinking I was going crazy and didn't know how the game worked, but it turns out I did have armor and I wasn't just dead, and now I am just dead. Because I didn't get over 40. Oh, wait. That's not killing me. Like, yes, it is dealing damage to me. That is true, and it's terrifying. But I'm not dead. You don't have the mana to play a 4th one this turn. And you certainly aren't getting through my taunts. We know he has 1 more Pyroblast. And he's looking to get a 2nd one here. Lack of a snap pick means he might not have hit it. And we're gonna play around the idea that he does hit it.
Time runs out on me.
We play this, our armor up gives us 4 armor, putting us at 12, which is out of range of Pyroblast ping. I could have tried to Dirty Rat him. Man, if it weren't early in the morning and me being on tilt, maybe I'd have won this. So, I'm alive through 1 more Pyroblast, but I'm not alive through 2 more. But that Pyroblast costs 4? So we're looking at 5, 6. He can't play double Pyroblast this turn, even if he has it. Huh. Man, this game would have been a lot better if A, I didn't tilt and I played Dirty Rat and just won the game on the spot when it hit Mana Storm, and B, it would have been a lot better if the game didn't bug out and lie to me about critical information. Just getting gaslit early in the morning by bugged UI, holy shit. Gotta be aware of that in the future, that something involving a noob Rakan might bug out your armor and cause it to stop displaying entirely. Why is it 0? Does it retain the cost of the one you played last time? Oh my god. I'm so sad. All right, he did miss Pyroblast on the rewind, so we aren't dead. I mean, we could be if he runs things like Frozen Touch, but I assume he doesn't. His deck looks so control-oriented. And having played a bad combo deck in Mage that ran Frozen Touch, I don't think it works. I would really like to see not Blizzard again. Deathborn. He didn't have any of the Deathborns already. 8, 16, 19, 22, 29, 31, 36. Oh, you're just also dead. I forgot what the Bone Lord count was at because I was so intelligent about the UI cheat. This video is just Renethal Druid being a travesty of justice, winning games that I by all rights should have thrown. Alright, sure. Not exactly the video I was expecting to put out. Let's get one more. That's just 2 very long games. Alright, we got another Death Knight. This looks like a very good opening. Can't imagine tossing this. It is weird, I think, having a Druid deck where you're holding early minions, but you're also a ramp deck. It's sort of some anti-synergy, because ramp really does want a hard mulligan for its ramp. Body Bagger implies that it's not Frost.
Nature speaks through my tunes.
I don't know that I've ever seen a Blood Death Knight that wasn't running Renethal, but this could theoretically be a non-Renethal Blood list as well. I'm definitely leaning a little bit towards Blood right now. And the reason for that is because they didn't have a 2-drop. Just entirely that. Get Groovy Cat in. Free Spirit next turn. And then on turn 4, we're looking at like Hero Power, Spread the Word probably, which is pretty solid. It's just like really, really good actually.
The citadel stands strong.
I don't think this fits in 30 card Blood. So it might be a jank build. I've got no idea. It could be anything. He hasn't played runes yet. No earthly idea what he's doing. I'm gonna play Free Spirit. I'm gonna Hero Power his 2-2. And I could coin out Spread the Word, but I'm gonna be Hero Powering again next turn, playing Spread the Word then. Coin Innervate Spread the Word feels really gratuitous to me. I can just play Hero Power, Spread the Word twice next turn. Keep that ramp, don't waste it. That's fine. Also, what rune cost is this? So, at this point, I'm leaning towards a Rainbow Homebrew, because this is not a premium weapon compared to the new Arcanite Ripper. You don't have room for 4 3-cost weapons in a 30-cost deck, or a 30-card deck. So I think this is here because he wants the corpses because he's trying to use Necrotic Explosion. Otherwise, I don't know what's going on. But I will Hero Power here. If I pounce, I save myself 2 mana, which can be used to play something, probably. But I just don't know that I need to do that. Like, there's not that many hits. Oh, with Coin and Innervate in hand, I could have been thinking about playing stuff like this. Do I want to Coin and Innervate Groovy Cat? Nope. Not even a little bit. We're already up to a 3-3 Hero Power, which is pretty solid. We have card advantage to him. I think we're in a good spot. Oh! It's not Rainbow. This is a really jank Blood list. I don't know about this. I'm not sure he has a win condition against me. I feel like this might be auto loss for him. It feels really bad for my opponent. Going to play Widowbloom Seedsman, even though I'm on curve for this because I'm just going to overdraw if I play that. I might coin Innervate Aquatic Form, and then play Widowbloom Seedsman. It would just be coin, but still. I'm gonna coin and then cash in this Aquatic Form. Rhythm and Roots. A Nubricon's on the bottom, but we can rip him off, it's fine. Then we play Widowbloom, and we Hero Power his 2-3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thought I miscounted for a second there. But coin is the reason I didn't. Went down by 1 card. He's also at 9 cards. It's very hard to read thanks to the little Hematurge icon over the card count. Shouldn't there be a display for cards in hand from Deck Tracker? You actually run 4 weapons in your 30-card Blood, huh? I'm not sure that fits. I can Groovy Cat Hero Power. That leaves me with 3 mana. That's the full package. Going to Groovy Cats, Free Spirit, Hero Power, hits, Enervates, Enervates, summon some 5/5s in 2 turns. And now I can start refilling my hand with things like Miracle Growth. I do have to wait a little bit for Summer Flower Childs to start working because I don't have a clear way to get down to the right amount of mana for them, but I like getting my Hero Power fully online. I like having those treants showing up sooner rather than later. I really don't know what his win condition is. It ain't that. He spends 5... He can spend 5 health to play that every turn, and then for 2 mana I can kill it and gain 2 armor. This is the funniest grind in the world. I'm actually just gonna play Miracle Growth here. I just want to spend my mana. I don't want to play Renethal Flower Child on this turn. We have both Timber Tambourines, not exactly ideal. We have a Zoc with a maxed out hero power, so that's pretty good. I don't expect this 8/8 to live at all, but that's also completely fine. Like, there's only so much removal. It's a 30 card deck. We'll get through all of it eventually. Is it hand buff? I don't know if I particularly care about that. Okay, so it's 2 blood, 1 frost. So this is some sort of janky hand buff deck. The only frost cards I've seen are defrost. I just forgot about them earlier. I just assumed they were like off of a Vizier or something. And no, he's not a hand buff deck. He generated that. I know he doesn't run Soul Stealer now. He could run Corpse Explosion though, and he currently has 6 corpses. Going to Hero Power Underking, because it uses all of my mana. And next turn I can Renethal Hero Power Summer Child. I really want this Timber Tambourine out. So I'm gonna do it. I don't need damage on Zoc, really. I'll cash in these pounces just to get this off the board. Like, putting more damage on the Zoc minions doesn't matter to me at all. When I win this, it will be because I grind him out of the game. It's not because I'm gonna have a super threatening Zoc board. It's just gonna be big board after big board until he leaves the game.
Can you feel the cold hand of death?
Oh, hey, it's Indragosa. Yeah, that is in your colors for once. That's neat.
Find my blade.
It's not enough, but it's neat.
This isn't real metal.
His deck is so cool. I don't think it does anything, but it's so cool. So I can Hero Power and then Zoc. Oh, what? They get attacked from my weapon? I didn't know that. I assumed they only got attack that I had gained this turn. Anyway, trade, Hero Power. He doesn't really have any other ways of freezing things, to my knowledge. Aquatic Form first. Maybe take Dirty Rat, actually, to get Patchwork out of his hand. No, you take a Nubricon. No, but another Summer Flower Child left, which actually only hits a Nubricon, so it's not a good play. I'm gonna take a Nubricon for a bigger Zoc turn. And I'm gonna make a Zoc turn so big that without Soul Stealers, he can't fix it, right? Yeah, that's the plan. Zoc, the Nubricon, Hero Power, the other Underking, Zoc, and I'm trading in here just to make room on my board and make sure that Centricosa can't do anything. Like, he doesn't run Soul Stealer, and I just killed Centricosa, so he shouldn't have any answer to this. Oh yeah, the one random blood card you've generated. All right, fair enough. Anyway, here's the next board. And I'm gonna Dirty Rat him here, because I don't really care what's in his hands. But I don't want to see a Patchwork. Should have Dirty Ratted him before I did that. Patchwork doesn't really have targets that matter anymore, though. Like, thinking on it, I guess I don't need to care about Patchwork, do I? What's it gonna do, kill a 5/5? Oh, you hard run Blood Tap? What's happening? What is this? I don't know what this deck is. I genuinely don't. Anyway, he's dead, apparently. No, Corpse Explosion does it. Would this deck run? Yeah, it would run Corpse Explosion. No, it wouldn't. It would just discover it off his ear. Man, that Sarfang is really painful, isn't it? Just going to slam Miracle Growth. I have no beast left. So I'm going to play this and discover a beast for once. Would I ever need... Is Freebird the best choice? Probably. He's no longer capable of replaying this. For all the dismay and shit talking I've done towards this deck in the early parts of this video, it does still convincingly do stuff, even though I'm pretty sure I'm piloting it badly. There's no Reno in the format. So, how does he stabilize here? A bunch of huge taunts? Take a lot of taunts. That's a pretty big taunt. No Muncher will do it. I'm currently looking at 2/5/5 Ancients. Getting through that's a nightmare. This doesn't even draw anything, so finale effects on it don't matter. So the plan is buff no Muncher. That's the whole deck. Got it. It's not a bad plan. I actually had a similar thought when I was theory crafting. I don't know if I think it's good enough, but in this case, it's looking like it broke my back. I'm just gonna play both of these out. Actually, no, I'm not. Going to Hero Power and hit this. Like, you can have your health back, it's fine. I'm gonna throw out some armor vendors because I don't need them anymore. We're just seeing if we can get through the last huge board that I have, because I'm pretty much out of steam. Man, that thing is huge. That is so frustrating. Guess I'm dead. Oh, lifesteal doesn't work anymore, actually, because it's at full health. Bad order from him, but it won't matter. Oh, man. Crushed by hand buff. This no Muncher, man. Well, Druid's, as I said earlier, terrible from behind, and I've literally used every resource in my deck. Actually just blown the fuck out by randomly discovered Corpse Explosion and Soul Stealer. Literally dead strictly to discover effects. That's so sad. Even this is partly the discover effects from Harmonic Presence. That wasn't in his deck either. Oh, it's so sad. I think the deck's bad. Now that I look back and I see that I literally lost to random discovers that are very unlikely. You can really reliably expect to hit some sort of removal, but you cannot expect to hit good area of effect because there are literally 2 cards available in the pools and you got both of them. Oh, that's full tilt, man. I feel like Renethal Ramp Druid is almost there. It's not a bad deck. I was giving it too much shit at the start of the video. But the problem is, like, in its current state, it doesn't just grind out a game and become unstoppable. It has a clear win condition in a grindy game, but as you can see, it can also lose in a grindy game. It doesn't have quite enough late game power. This stuff keeps it alive, but it doesn't win games. It doesn't have enough late game to reliably charge the second Tambourine. It doesn't have enough early game to reliably stop aggro. It feels like it's almost there in every respect, but it's not quite there anywhere. It feels like a tier 3 deck to me. It doesn't feel like it's going to define the meta. It doesn't even feel like it's going to be standing in like clear opposition to the meta. This feels like a fringe deck that isn't really worth playing. And it makes me really sad because it's so close on so many fronts, but it's just not quite there for me. Anyway, sorry that today's video has been a bit negative, but I went into this expecting nothing from Renethal Ramp Druid, and I got more than that, but it's kind of heartbreaking the more that I got. It's so close to good, and I can imagine a refined list of some part of this deck becoming strong. Spread the word and the hero power stuff does feel good. I just don't know that Druid has the tools to make it work in any show. I don't know that it matters where you put it. I feel like Druid just isn't quite there right now, same as I felt with Hunter. Anyways, sorry for being so negative this time around. I'll see you in the next one. I've been Incoherent. If you enjoyed the video, then please do like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff really does help the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next one.